Okay, I'm Steve. Nice to meet you. I'm Steve Graham. I live in Manchester currently. I'm 26 years of age. I grew up actually in the Midlands. I was a pastor's kid from a local church in a town called Rugeley, but never really connected with God that much. Did a lot of the traditional, go to church, be a good boy. In fact, I even sang in the worship team, dodgily enough, and lived a very two-faced life all the way through high school. Was a little bit rebellious, liked the sound of my own voice quite a lot, and got into alcohol a little bit, started to go out clubbing. My parents were truly amazing. I'd go out clubbing till all hours and come back and find my mum was still praying for me. And when I'd get in at 5 in the morning, drunk off my face. And had a real hard time. I was arrested for assault at 18, was on the verge of being an alcoholic, got into a lot of violence in my hometown. My parents eventually told me they were moving to Manchester to plant a church, and I could either stay in Rugeley or move with them. And so it was stay in Rugeley and get a beating, or move to Manchester. So I moved to Manchester and ended up randomly in Thailand teaching drama. I'd lived in LA for a year when I was 19 and ended up doing drama out there. Ended up teaching drama in LA at a Bible school, even though I didn't really know God. Until one day we were in a worship session. It was a little bit loopy. Lying on the floor, said to God, okay, show me you're real. And from that moment on, God sat on my chest and I knew he was real. I stood up, my face changed, I became alive, my voice changed. I came home and my parents wanted a DNA test because they were so freaked out by the fact I'd changed. And I came home, asked my dad to train me to be a pastor, and if I could work for him, which were the two things that I said I would never do. But God had me do them. And I worked with my dad for a while there until about 2 years ago now. I planted out a church in Manchester called Intention. I guess you could call this emergent church. We're definitely trying to figure out why we do church and to live it, to not go to church, but to do everything as church. We're obsessed with seeing the lost saved and finding as many ways to do it as possible, I guess. And I also work now full-time for Christians Against Poverty, who are a Christian debt relief charity based in Bradford.
That's a good work.
Cap. They are unbelievable. Yeah. John Kirkby. He's a fantastic man.
Next question. Tell us a little bit about your ministry. What are you doing? Tell us more about this new church. Maybe a little bit of the quality of the church, what your beliefs are, because obviously it's slightly different.
Yeah, Intention, it is definitely slightly different, although we're striving to be a lot more different than we are. We're fighting a lot with how important meetings are. We want to carry on meeting together to tell God how great he is. But we spend a lot of time in the pub. In fact, I'm of the opinion that every pastor should be in the pub at least 3 times a week. Because that's where the sinners are. That's where people who need the doctor. Jesus said, I haven't come from the healthy, come for the sick. So we like to be different. We get out there, we're relational, and do lots of stuff that's going on there. We're currently in the process of trying to sort out a project where we share our building with another Salvation Army project, because we believe in one church that's reaching out to the alternative youngsters in Manchester. We all live in city centre apartments. We hang out together. We eat together. We tell God how great he is. We just had our Alpha weekend last weekend, and a girl got saved and a girl got filled with the Spirit, and we were so excited because we're all really good mates. We all hang out together and we're so into community that when someone gets saved, it means something to us. It's not a random stranger. It's someone we really love. And we are buzzing off the fact that Laura's coming to God and that she's going to be on the new earth with us.
Wonderful. Steve, you spend your life setting captives free, but here you are in prison. What's going on? Why? Where is here? And what are you doing here? And what have you come to share with guys?
Mention the Dovegate missions in 2006.
I came to the Dovegate 2006 mission. In fact, I leapt at the opportunity as soon as somebody contacted me, would I be interested in speaking. I used to work for the Message Trust in Manchester. I ran their Accelerate Evangelist Training School and got dragged in because I was a worship leader to lead worship at prisons and did a lot of stuff in Strange Ways in Manchester and some of the young offenders there. And when I heard there was a mission kicking off down in Uttoxeter, which is the homeland of where I grew up, where I came from, my heart leapt. I was like, I long to see the captives set free, and I need to be where the people are who need to know God. So if I'm going to live my life every day doing church that reaches non-Christians, I need to be exactly where these people are and tell the people who totally need to know that they're forgiven, that they are no worse than I am just because they're inside this prison, that God has forgiven them like he's forgiven me, and that they can have access to that. So I spoke on hope today, and I think that is the key to my life, that God's made me terrifically alive and he's filled me with hope. And it's very easy to be positive when you've got hope.
Wonderful. Bless you. One more thing